So most of you have shut down the videos. So మీ videos on చేసి పెట్టుకోండి, మధ్యలో ఎవరు లెఫ్ట్ అవ్వద్దండి. ఓకే, సో I'm going to start the class. We are going to see about the transportation. Okay, so transportation, what is transportation? Okay, so let us see what is transportation. What is the definition of the transportation? Transportation is nothing but the circulatory system. So transportation, until what is the definition of transportation? Means the movement of any substance from one place to another. So it may be any substance, it may be the solid particles, or it may be the liquids, or it may be the gaseous, whatever it may be. So it is the movement of any substance from one place to another. So that kind of process we call transportation. Okay, so that kind of transportation is brought by a separate system in our body that is known to be called circulatory system. So in this circulatory system, we have two kinds of system: bloodstream system and then lymphatic system, that we are going to see in the coming topics. Okay, so here okay, so here now I'm going into the topic. So let us have an introduction how this transport system is evolved in the living organisms. So all the living organisms, okay, all the living organisms, they need nutrients, some gases, and some liquids. Okay, why they require all those things means to grow and for maintaining and proper functioning of their bodies. So all these nutrients, gaseous and liquids, okay, all these particles has to be sent. So they should not accumulate at one place only. So they need to be transported to different parts of the body. So all the living organisms require that. So then there it is a prerequisite to send all these materials to the different parts of the body. It may be the unicellular, and unicellular means you already know. So which are having single cell, those we call unicellular, and which are having many cells, we call them as multicellular. Either it may be unicellular or multicellular, so they require a transport. They require a transport to send all these materials to the different parts of their bodies. Okay, so in unicellular, okay, so as okay, they need not to be transported to a far away places for long distances. So that is why they don't have the separate transport system, as they are having single cell and simple body. They need not to be transported to a longer distances. Hence they don't have the separate kind of transport system. They simply carry out the transportation by a process called diffusion or osmosis, etc. Diffusion we can see, okay, so diffusion we can see in the salt water. In the osmosis we can see in the normal water. So for example, so diffusion, what is diffusion? Diffusion means the movement of the molecules from high concentration to low concentration. Suppose for example, if you take the fish, most of the fishes, they live in the salt water. So what happened? So in the salt water, there will be the high concentration in the water. So the immediately whatever the nutrients, whatever the oxygen is present in the water is transported into the body of the fish. Okay, again it can, okay, so when this enters high concentration, when it enters into the body again, so because of a concentration gradient inside the fish. సో ఒకసారి వాటర్ అనేది ఎంటర్ అయిపోతే అక్కడ ఒక కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ గ్రేడియంట్ అనేది బాడీలో క్రియేట్ అవుతుంది అనమాట. సో మళ్ళీ రివర్స్, సో వాట్ ఎవర్ ద ఎక్స్క్రిటరీ ప్రొడక్ట్స్ ఆర్ దే, సో అగైన్ ఇట్ మే కమ్ అవుట్ సేమ్ ప్రాసెస్ బై అ diffusion from high concentration to low concentration. This we can see in the salt water lakes or in the oceans. Okay, next process, osmosis. Osmosis means the movement of the molecules from low concentration to high concentration. So if you take the normal water or pure water, so in reverse, whatever the organisms are living there, so immediately, so the high concentration will be there in their bodies. That is why whatever the oxygen or nutrients which are having, okay, so where there is low concentration in water, that will enter into the body of the organisms. So this is called osmosis. Dini osmosis antam. So movement of the molecules high concentration nunchi low concentration kelte diffusion antamu. Ade movement of molecules, okay, low concentration nunchi high concentration kelte osmosis antam. So these are the two mechanisms. Okay, so how the molecules been transported in the unicellular organisms. Then you may get the question, so then what about the multicellular organisms? Okay, so this before case, it is in the case of amoeba, hydra. Then what about multicellular organisms? Okay, so in the case of why there is separate transport system in the multicellular organisms means, in the multicellular organisms, there is a prerequisite of the necessary of separate transport system. Why? Because, so why? Because they have the large body, they have the trillions of cells in their body, trillions of cells in their body, they have the large body. Okay, body to they have the less external surface to volume ratio. That is why they need, okay, as they cannot transport, their cells are far away. So in the case of multicellular organisms, their cells are far away, their cells are located at a longer distances. So when they take up the oxygen in the, okay, in the process of diffusion or osmosis, the complete oxygen being used up. Okay, so that the oxygen cannot reach into the under layers of the cells. Okay, so even same goes to the excretion also. They cannot excrete in a faster way. So what happens then? Then the problem poisoning arises when the excretory particles sediment in the body. It has to be expelled out very fastly. So that problem is solved by evolving a separate transport system. They developed a separate, that these all the things made it necessary for developing of the separate transport system. Okay, so to avoid the delay of the particles, to avoid the delay of the supply of nutrients, to avoid the accumulation of the excretory products, the specialized system that is developed by these multicellular organisms is called circulatory system. Okay, so all the three materials, what are the three? Okay, so matter contains three particles. So all these particles are being transported by the circulatory system. So let us see how the circulation being carried out in your bodies. Okay, so now, so you might have observed that, so doctor, when you go and see to the doctor, so what does the doctor do? Means first he check the pulse rate. How he is going to check the pulse rate means, just he holds the wrist of the patient. So then he used to look at the watch for a minute. That means what he is doing, he's counting. Okay, so it is wonder that he is counting the number of beats of the heart for 1 minute. ఒక నిమిషానికి గుండె ఎంత కొట్టుకుంటుందో. సో వ్రిస్ట్ అంటే, సో మనం వాచ్ పెట్టుకునే ఏరియాని వ్రిస్ట్ అంటాం అనమాట. సో ఆ వ్రిస్ట్ పార్ట్ లో హీ యూస్ టు బై యూజింగ్ ద ఫింగర్స్, హీ యూస్ టు బై లుకింగ్ ఎట్ ద వాచ్, హీ యూస్ టు మెజర్ ద టైం. సో ఒక్క నిమిషానికి సో ఎన్నిసార్లు గుండె కొట్టుకుంటుంది. సో దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ద డాక్టర్ గోయింగ్ టు అబ్జర్వ్. So for this, which fingers he used means, he used the index fingers. He used the index fingers and middle finger, index finger and middle finger. So he used to check left hand. Okay, so patient yokka left hand ni, okay, left hand lo unna wrist daggara he used to place the index finger and middle finger by touching that wrist. Okay, when he So how we feel at that situation means, so our fingers are pushing, okay, so fingers are pushing up and down, okay. So these fingers, they rhythmically, okay, something is pushing your fingers. How we feel means something is pushing our fingers. So what is pushing here? The blood. So the blood is pushing the fingers rhythmically in a pattern of, okay, up and down. So by counting that, okay, that rhythm, so he used to calculate the pulse rate. So when the person catches the finger on the wrist, that is said to be the pulse rate. That rhythmic is called pulse rate for a minute. So this pulse rate is different. So when we are rest, it shows one value. When we are doing some exercises like jogging or swimming, that time, so it shows a different value. Okay, so he has given some table. So in this table, what we had to note down means we have to write down the name of the person, and we had to calculate the pulse rate per minute. This you can do in your home. Okay, so rest conditions లో, సో రిస్ట్ పట్టుకున్నప్పుడు, సో హార్ట్ బీట్ అనేది ఎన్నిసార్లు కొట్టుకుంటుంది, ఓకే, ఒక నిమిషానికి ఎన్నిసార్లు కొట్టుకుంటుంది. సో అదే పల్స్ రేట్, సో అతను జాగింగ్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఎన్నిసార్లు కొట్టుకుంటుంది, దట్ యూ కెన్ రైట్ డౌన్ ఇన్ యువర్ ఓన్ వాల్యూస్. సో దిస్ ఈస్ డిఫరెంట్ ఫ్రమ్ పర్సన్ టు పర్సన్. ఓకే, so you had to note down in both cases. Okay, next, coming to the activity 2. So in this activity 2, what he has given means, so for this, okay, so in the before case we used the fingers. So in the second case, we had to take the shirt button. So we had to take the shirt button, and we had to insert a match stick. We had to insert a match stick onto that shirt button, and that we had to place on the wrist. So by movement of that button, we had to so we had to count the number of heartbeats for minute. So this is different when a person is at rest. Okay, when the person is doing the exercises like swimming, so what that you had to observe the movements in the matchstick, and we had to note down that, so how the pulse rate is, how whether it is fast or slow. So at which case it is fast, so at which case it is slow. Okay, so when the person is at rest, the movements will be slow. When the person is doing some exercises or jogging, then the pulse rate will be the faster. Even in the, not only in these cases, even the person, if he is having any scared of anything, scared of any devil, immediately its pulse rate goes to the peak levels. So that cases also you can find and notice the pulse rate will never be the constant in all the persons. It differs from one person to another person. So next you can see, okay, this is the chart, so which he has shown. So this chart represents that, so the normal range of beats of the heart. So normal ga గుండె ఎన్ని నిమిషాలు ఒక నిమిషానికి ఎన్నిసార్లు కొట్టుకోవాలి. సో ఒక ఓకే, సో చిన్నపిల్లలకి అయితే ఎలా ఉండాలి ఆ వాల్యూస్, సో ఈ వాల్యూస్ ని డీవియేట్ అవుతాయి. సో ఈ వాల్యూకి ఎక్సీడ్ అయినా, ఈ వాల్యూస్ కి బిలో ఉన్న, that indicates that person is suffering from something abnormality. సో ఆ పర్సన్ దేనితోనూ సఫర్ అవుతున్నాడనే ఇండికేషన్ మనకి ఇస్తుంది అనమాట. These are the normal values. So in the newborn of 0 to 3 months, 0 to 3 months ఉన్న newborn child లో 100 to 150 beats, heart beats per minute. అదే ఇన్ఫాంట్స్ కి వచ్చామంటే 3 to 6 months okay, infant ki 90 to 120 minutes, 90 to 120 beats per 1 minute. So this is all for 1 minute. ఒక్క నిమిషానికి సో గుండె ఎన్నిసార్లు కొట్టుకుంటుంది అని. సో ఈ రేంజ్ వాల్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి అంటే హీఈస్ హెల్తీ. ఈ రేంజ్ వాల్యూస్ లేవు అంటే హీఈస్ హ్యావింగ్ సమ్ అబ్నార్మాలిటీ. So in the case of 6 to 12 months, it is 80 to 120 beats per minute. In the case of children 1 to 10 years, it is 70 to 130 beats per minute. So children over 10 years, that means you people. So children over, so you people have more than 10 years. So and adults including the senior citizens. Senior citizens means old people. So they have the 60 to 100. So accurately to say, okay, in the adults, it is nearly 72. It is nearly 72. An adult man has 72 beats per minute. Okay, so this is the range. Okay, it should not cross this range. Okay, next. So trained athletes. It's so trained athletes lo different range of value ఉంటుంది. ఎందుకు ఉంటుంది అంటే they do, okay, they normally they have the, they do a more number of exercises. They are athletes, they are well trained in that. So that people, they have the 40 to 60 beats per minute. So this is the table which shows the okay, సో ఒక నిమిషానికి గుండె ఎన్నిసార్లు కొట్టుకుంటుంది అనే ఒక రేంజ్ వాల్యూస్ అన్నమాట. ఓకే, స్టార్టింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద న్యూ బార్న్ చైల్డ్ టు ఎండింగ్ విత్ ద trained athletes. Okay, so next one. Okay, in the year 1816, René Laennec, so he has discovered the stethoscope. So first, who discovered first stethoscope? Stethoscope means that is the René Laennec. So you have observed, okay, so the doctors used to hang that stethoscope on around their neck. That is stethoscope. Okay, so next one. So before discovering of the stethoscope, so stethoscope kanukonappudu doctors how to they know about the heartbeat of the patient means they just okay, they keep the ear on the chest of the patient. They keep the ear on the chest of the patient and they used to hear the heartbeat. So this we can also do. ఓకే, సో మనం ఒక వ్యక్తి యొక్క హార్ట్ బీట్ ని, సో మన చెవిని ఆ పర్సన్ యొక్క చెస్ట్ దగ్గర పెట్టి, సో నార్మల్ పీపుల్ కి మనం కూడా హార్ట్ బీట్ అనేది వీ కెన్ లుక్ ఎట్ ద వాచ్, మనం వాచ్ చూసుకొని వీ కెన్ మెజర్. ఓకే, నాట్ ఓన్లీ ద డాక్టర్స్, వీ ఆల్సో క్యాన్ డూ దట్. ఓకే, సో Laennec has found that. So for this, okay, stethoscope కనుక్కోక ముందు what he used to do means he used to take a paper tube. సో పేపర్ ని రోల్ చేసి ఒక పేపర్ ని ఒక ట్యూబ్ లాగా, ఓకే, ట్యూబ్ లాగా ఒక పైప్ లాగా he used to do like this. Okay, then so that helps to hear the heartbeat perfectly. So in the coming cases, what he has done means he used a bamboo stick. So bamboo sticks ante, so you might have observed, okay, okay, so lopala hollow, okay, lopal hollow ga untadi, empty ga untadi, that kind of sticks we call bamboo sticks. So you use, yeah, he used the same mechanism. Okay, he used to know the heartbeat by using the bamboo stick also. Okay, then he came to and discovered by looking that too. So ఆ రెండిటిని ఎక్స్పెరిమెంటల్ మోడల్స్ లాగా పెట్టుకొని స్టెథోస్కోప్ ని కనుక్కున్నాడు అనమాట. సో నెక్స్ట్ యూ కెన్ సీ ద activity 3. So again, so he has given, so Laennec, okay, René Laennec ana ayana stethoscope సో ఏ ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్ ని ఫాలో అయ్యాడు. సో వాట్ హీ హాస్ డన్ మీన్స్ he used the paper tube. So paper tube ni fold cheskoni, okay, this is of 10 inch. Okay, so 10 inch length, you used to cut the paper in the manner 10 inch length and 1 inch diameter, 1 inch diameter. Okay, so this is called diameter. So in this manner he used to cut. So in this one, he used, what he has done means, so one hand he placed it near the ear. So one hand he has placed it near the ear. Okay, near the ear. Okay, so the other hand he placed it near the chest of the patient. Okay, so ఒక ఎండ్ చెస్ట్ దగ్గర పెట్టాడు, అదర్ ఎండ్ ఇయర్ దగ్గర పెట్టాడు. సో చెస్ట్ దగ్గర కూడా ఎక్కడ పెట్టాడు, he placed that one end at a point. That point is ఓకే, సో లెఫ్ట్ నుంచి 1 ఇంచ్ సెంటర్ కి పెట్టాడు, లెఫ్ట్ నుంచి 1 ఇంచ్ సెంటర్ కి పెట్టాడు. ఓకే, సో ఇఫ్ యూ థింక్ దిస్ ఇస్ ద పర్సన్. ఓకే, సో ఈయన పర్సన్ అనుకున్నామంటే, సో లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ నుంచి ఓకే ఒక పాయింట్ దగ్గర సో 1 inch left side to the center, 6 inches, around 6 inches below the neck, around 6 inches, neck దగ్గర నుంచి 6 inches, okay, so below the neck, okay, so there he kept one end and near to the ear the other end. So in this manner he used to, okay, so in this manner, okay, so in this manner he used to count the number of beats per minute. So ఆ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ ప్రిపేర్ చేసుకున్న ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ యూస్ చేసి he used to calculate the number of beats. సో ఎన్ని గుండె ఎన్ని ఓకే ఒక నిమిషానికి ఎన్నిసార్లు, whether it is 1 time or 2 times or how many times the heart is beating for 1 minute. So for this what you had to do means you had to maintain a table and you had to calculate name of the student and heartbeat at rest per minute, pulse rate at rest per minute. You had to keep in mind the heartbeat is also called as pulse rate. Heartbeat ni pulse rate ani kuda antamu. Heartbeat is also called as pulse rate. Heartbeat and pulse rate both are same. Okay, so they are having equal relationship. They're having equal relationship. Okay, so here one it was given. So it is for Ishwar, he has given 72 times per minute. The heart beats 72 times for 1 minute. The pulse rate also shows 72 times per minute. So this is the relation it has. Okay, so next one, so okay, so for knowing about the circulatory system, it is also important which organ, which vital organ is involved in the transportation. So which organ, which vital organ, so for how it is, how is it structured, so how in which mechanism it is working, so that is also necessary to know about the circulatory system. So that is heart. So it is the beat of the heart which makes us to survive, which makes us to live. So then where is the heart located? So mana body lo heart anedi ekkada locate ayindi? The heart is located in between the lungs. Okay, so the heart, you can see this picture. So heart is located in between the lungs. So in the before class respiration lo cheppanu. So respiration lo em cheppanu? Left lung. Okay, so left lung అనేది so this is heart అనుకుందాము. Okay, so roughly I had drawn. So left lung is slightly smaller. Left lung is slightly smaller. Why it is slightly smaller? It is giving more space for the heart to accommodate. Okay, so lungs మధ్యలో ఉన్న heart కి space ఇస్తుంది అన్నమాట. That is why the left lung is smaller when compared to the right lung. Heart is located in between the lungs and it is protected by the rib cage. Okay, so rib cage I have shown you. Okay, so it is protected by the rib cage. Okay, so it is protected by the rib cage. Okay, so how is the size of the heart? The size of the heart is nearly approximately it is equal to the size of the fist. Fist means పిడికలి. Okay, so మన పిడికలు అంతా ఉంటుంది అనమాట మన గుండె అనేది. Okay, so this is how I have shown you. So oxygen and nutrients water నుంచి ఎలా లోపలికి ఎంటర్ అవుతాయి, వేస్ట్ అదే డిఫ్యూషన్ ప్రాసెస్ యూస్ చేసుకొని వేస్ట్ ప్రోడక్ట్స్ అనేవి ఎలా బయటికి ఎక్స్పెల్ అవుతాయి. దిస్ ఇస్ ద థింగ్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ ఇన్ ద small organisms means lower organisms like amoeba, hydra, okay, okay, some of the very small organisms also. సో దిస్ ఇస్ వాట్ ఐ టోల్డ్ యూ. సో మల్టీసెల్యులర్ ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ కి ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ సిస్టమ్ అనేది ఎందుకు కావాలి, వై దే నీడ్? సో ఎందుకంటే వాటి యొక్క సైజ్ అనేవి బిగ్గర్ గా ఉంటాయి. లోవర్ ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ తో కంపేర్ చేసుకుంటే బిగ్గర్ ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ దే ఆర్ బిగ్గర్, దే ఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ సర్ఫేస్ ఏరియా తక్కువ ఉంటుంది కంపేర్ టు ద వాల్యూమ్ రేషియో. వాల్యూమ్ అంటే బాడీ అన్నమాట. ఓకే, సో మనకి లోవర్ ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ అమీబా తీసుకున్నాము, దానికి సర్ఫేస్ ఏరియా ఎక్కువ ఉంది, వాల్యూమ్ తక్కువ ఉంది. సో మల్టీ సెల్యులర్ ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ లో ఎగ్జాంపుల్ హ్యూమన్ బాడీ తీసుకున్నామంటే దాని యొక్క సర్ఫేస్ ఏరియా అనేది తక్కువ ఉంటుంది, వాల్యూమ్ రేషియో అనేది ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. సో బికాస్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ thing, okay, and then the okay more number of nutrients need to be supplied, but they have the less exposed surface area. Okay, so that is why what happens, oxygen anedi it cannot reach, it can be ఓకే, సో అంత లాంగర్ డిస్టెన్సెస్ కి పోయే లోపే యూజ్ అయిపోతుంది అనమాట. దట్ కెనాట్ బి రీచ్ టు ద అండర్ లయింగ్ ఏరియా. సో అండర్ లయింగ్ ఏరియాస్ ఆఫ్ ద cells. Okay, even the waste products cannot be expelled very fastly. For these, they have adopted a special transport system, and that transport system is containing the some tissues and organs. So we have different kinds. So మనకి different kinds of organisms అనేది ఉంటుంది. So you might have studied in your 9th class about the classification of the organisms. Okay, starting from the amoeba. Okay, starting from the amoeba. So amoeba, so Brownian's movements అంటాం. సో డిఫ్యూషన్ ప్రాసెస్ లో జరిగే మూమెంట్స్ ని బ్రౌనియన్ మూమెంట్స్ అంటే ద మూమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ద టైనీ పార్టికల్స్ ఇన్ ఎ zigzag manner of okay of transporting of liquids, okay, or gaseous, that is called Brownian movement antam. Brownian movement ante enti ante the okay the movement of the tiny particles, it may be the liquids or gaseous in a zigzag manner, that is called Brownian మూమెంట్ అంటాము. సో బ్రౌనియన్ మూమెంట్స్ ఏ ప్రాసెస్ లో ఓకే డిఫ్యూషన్ ప్రాసెస్ ద్వారా ఈ బ్రౌనియన్ మూమెంట్స్ ద్వారా ఓకే ట్రాన్స్పోర్టేషన్ ఆఫ్ మెటీరియల్స్ అనేది జరుగుతుంది ఇన్ ద కేస్ ఆఫ్ అమీబా. ఇన్ ద కేస్ ఆఫ్ పారాజోన్స్ అంటే స్పాంజెస్ అన్నమాట. ఓకే, స్పాంజెస్ దే హ్యావ్ ద ఓకే సమ్ దే హ్యావ్ ద సీలియా ఆల్సో, సమ్ ఓకే సమ్ cilia. Okay, so these are beating the flagella and they are taking the materials into the body. Then cnidarians, they have the gastrovascular cavity. So cnidarians ki separate system ane untundi. So like this, cnidarians ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట, పైన ఒక హోల్ ఉంటుంది. సో దిస్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ గ్యాస్ట్రోవాస్కులర్ క్యావిటీ అంటాం. cnidarians, they follow up the they transport the materials through the gastrovascular cavity. Platyhelminthes, they have highly branched digestive system. Then coming to the Nematyhelminths, they have the pseudocoelom for the transport of the materials. In the case of annelids, pulsatile vessels. Pulsatile means okay, so most okay they follow a rhythmic pattern anamata. Okay, so then arthropods, pulsatile organs, they are supplied by the pulsatile organs. Then in the case of chordates, we have the closed circulatory system. So these are how they transport the materials through. Okay, so this is the evolution. సో ఒక్కొక్క ఒక్కొక్క లెవెల్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ లో ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ సిస్టమ్ అనేది ఎలా డెవలప్ అవుతూ వచ్చింది అనే దానికోసం మీకు ఈ టేబుల్ చెప్పాను అనమాట. ఓకే ఓకే ఎవరు లెఫ్ట్ అవ్వద్దండి. సో ఆఫ్టర్ ది సెషన్ అగైన్ యూ జాయిన్. ఆఫ్టర్ 40 minutes అగైన్ యూ జాయిన్. ఓకే. Okay. So if you don't understand anywhere, you can speak now. క్లాస్ అర్థమైందమ్మా? బ్రదర్స్, మీ బ్రదర్స్
మేడం నేను బయలుదేరాను మేడం.